As the sun slowly appears over the horizon, it bathes the frigid and desolate expanse of the Martian landscape with a subdued and gilded light. The silence is broken only by the sound of the red, shifting sands that blow through the metallic, ghostly and derelict structures that stand like giant monoliths, shadowed only by the eeriness and mystery surrounding the disappearance of the ancient civilization who built them. Their corrosion is a testament to the hostile and cruel environment of their final resting place, and soon they will return to dust, erasing the final evidence of the existence and demise of a once magnificent and artistic species. For decades, we have been deliberately lied to by NASA. They have told us no proof of life has ever been found anywhere in the universe. This fact is not true. The censorship in their images they have made available to the public is undeniable. The sheer volume of derelict structures, exquisite sculptures, and mechanical bits and pieces scattered all over the Martian surface shows that Mars did have intelligent life and were wiped out by some cataclysmic event, most probable by nuclear war, perhaps of their own making, according to Dr. John Brandenburg, the author of Death on Mars, the discovery of a planetary nuclear massacre. However, we cannot rule out other causes, such as a major asteroid impact, or maybe a solar flare. We may never know the cause of their demise, but one thing we can say with absolute certainty: there was a civilization who thrived on the Red Planet. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Martians and aliens. We're not speciesists on this channel. Everybody's welcome. My name is Alan, and welcome to Mars, the Second Genesis. So the image you see here was captured by the Curiosity rover on Sol 3282, and it was captured by the left mass cam. What we see here is the original untouched panorama, and this is it colour balanced. And we will now apply our MORDEX process. MORDEX stands for Mars Obfuscation Recovery and Dynamic Expansion, and as we can see, it looks a lot better. So what I shall do now is we'll zoom in and I'll give you a pan over the structure. Jimmy Roberts from the Real Jimmy Roberts 1 YouTube channel did a video on this here, and I'll just highlight it for you. And Jimmy thought this was a robot arm. Now it could be, or it may be, a structural beam. So this whole area here, this is the outline of it. It could be either or. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some of the shadows back in where the shadows should be, because NASA's taking them out and it just looks a bit of a mess at the moment. So I'll put them back in and we can see a wee bit more, and it's darkened down a wee bit. So what I'll do is I'll brighten it up a wee bit. Let's zoom in and let's have a close look at this. Now if we look at the top here, we have a roof apex. And you can clearly see that. That's the apex. It goes back. We have this thing here, which joins on to another roof apex, and again it goes back the way. We have some sort of framing here, just to the side of this possible robot arm. And we have some what looks like hollow squares here. And we have what looks like some hollow box sections here. Now look at the way this comes up and flows into this. And let's look at that. Almost looks like a spine. Look at all this. This is all part of the structure. This is the way Martians build. Now here we have another roof apex, and it goes right up here. We can see how it goes right up. I shall zoom in and just let you see this apex. And as you can see, it goes up there. Now, I'd like to point this out to you, which looks almost like a spine, which comes down. Now, follow the shadow down here. And as it comes down and round, and we have this that comes round, and this that goes up, and we've got this area here. Look at this. And we have this piece here that comes round, this comes round, and this comes round. And we seem to have a bit that comes off of this apex. We also have a bit of a roof apex here, and it goes back and comes down. Now this area here, we have got a corner, and look at the way these lines go up, and we've got, it almost looks like roof panels coming down here. You can see these, almost looks like roof tiles or panels, metal panels. It comes down. All these, but we can clearly see this as a structure. If we go down here, we can see the top of the roof apex, and we can see this, it's almost like spines running down here, and it comes down and curves round. And we can see this piece here. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. This is what I would expect an alien structure to look like. Look at this here, this part here. We'll slowly zoom across. Now, I had to blur it because it just was too pixelated. And look at these pieces here, pointed. This area here, it could be carved, it could be hieroglyphs, we don't know. We've not got enough detail. But what we can clearly see is this is a roofline. And this is intelligently made. And if we look at this here, we can see it looks as if it's like interlocking sections. And they've tried to disguise it with putting this garbage over it. But you can clearly see the same thing is here, which is here. And it's all part of the same thing. And you can see how the structure comes right down. We can clearly see these are structural components that cannot be mistaken for rocks. This is not rocks, guys. NASA are investigating structures. I believe where the Perseverance rover is and where Curiosity rover is, I believe they have seen cities and structures from space, and they've sent these rovers to investigate. I have shown countless times that these are structures. And look at this here. This is a straight structural beam. And we've got these coming off this. And look at this here. And not only that, we have pieces up here which could be structural. And all these pieces on the ground here, look how this goes right across there. I believe this structure continues. But NASA has made it look like a sandy area on top of the bedrock. And if we look at this, we can clearly see non-fractal forms. We've got non-fractal lines, which you can clearly see these are not rocks. These are intelligently made structural elements. Look at this. And this. And let's take a look at this. See, we can see parallel lines, non-fractal lines. Even though it's blurred, you can clearly see what these are. And it comes right down into the foreground. Now this area here is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to zoom in. Now you will see where I've enhanced the shadows a bit to sharpen it up so you can actually see. That's without. And I've just put some shadows in to define the contours. And I did that based on what I could see. And you can clearly see where the shadow should be. I'll just take it on and off. All I've done is just enhance what was already there to give it a bit of form so you could see. This is amazing, this part here. And you look at this, and this is just incredible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you without, just with the MORDEX processing, without any blur. And you can see it's very pixelated, but you can actually see a wee bit more detail. And you can see this here. But the pixels is actually interfering with what you're seeing, although it's a bit sharper. You know, if you're looking at a wee bit with some blur in, the eye can make more sense of it. And remember guys, I will be uploading this image to the Google Drive where you can download it for free and look at it till your heart's content. And this area here, if you look at the top, that almost looks like roof tiles. I mean, obviously this structure has seen better days. And with NASA butchering the image, doesn't help matters any. With the MORDEX processing and adding some shadows in, you can clearly see this as a structure. And we can see all this here. Look at this part up here. They were obviously a very artistic culture. So with that guys, I'll bid you farewell and I'll catch you in the next video.